All right, family. This is the Fairweather Rider. You know I'm on another mission. This time, I'm in the position of road captain. So I'm going to lead this ride from Alexandria, Louisiana, to Concord, North Carolina. The ride itself is about 868 miles. So we're going to stop a little more than halfway through the ride in Douglasville, Georgia. We're going to get a hotel there for the night. And then we're going to start this journey back in the morning and be at our destination by noon tomorrow. So you've already seen the video when I went to Houston for what I called a Central Frontier meeting. That's a meeting of all the Buffalo Soldier chapters located in the central states in America. We're going to North Carolina for a national meeting. There are over 100 chapters of Buffalo Soldiers throughout the United States and overseas. And there's going to be a representative from each chapter at this national meeting. The national meeting lasts about a week. Just to give you guys an update of where I am on my quest to get to 10,000 miles this year. We're about halfway through the year, maybe a little more, and I just had the 15,000 mile service done on the bike. I still have a few more rides left with the Buffalo Soldiers, and those rides will probably put me somewhere close to 3,000 to 4,000 miles. I am also considering a solo ride, a couple of solo rides anyway. So for this ride right here, the ride is going to be a total of about 868 miles. We're going to start in Louisiana. We're going to go through Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, and I believe we're going to go through South Carolina before we get to North Carolina. Our goal is to ride about 550 miles today. We're going to stop in Douglasville, Georgia, stay for the night. Then we're going to wake up, take advantage of the hotel breakfast, and then we're going to get back on the road, family. Our goal is to get to Concord, North Carolina, or at least the hotel we're staying in Concord, North Carolina, by noon tomorrow. I'm the road captain, so unless someone tells me that I'm moving out a little too quickly for them, I plan to push it. Yep, I plan to push tempo. As I said before, one of the soldiers riding with us, y'all seen him before, his name is Easy Rider. Easy Rider rides that Victory Vision. He used to be a police officer. And he basically said as long as we're riding in a group, the police officers have been trained to just let us go, let us ride. So until we get stopped as a group, I'm just going to have to assume that that theory is true. As long as we stay together, we're going to be allowed to ride.
What's up, family? Peabo. I'm the Fairweather Rider. We had about 20 miles to our first gas stop, but one of the guys needed to pull over here and get some gas. So we're all gonna get some gas, and then we are likely going to just skip the next stop and head on to our second stop on our journey. Remember, we're on this journey to get to Douglasville, and then from Douglasville to Concord, North Carolina. Stay with us, family. We're putting miles on these bikes today. If you stay with me this far, I encourage you to subscribe to the channel. Join me on my journey to become a better rider. As I said before, I travel, I practice, and I do product reviews for things that I purchased for my motorcycle. The next thing I'm going to review is probably going to be the gloves that I just purchased, and I'm going to compare them to some of the gloves that I've owned in the past. That video is coming soon, so stay tuned to the channel. Subscribe, hit that notification bell, that way you'll know when the video drops. For now, I'm about to put some gas in this pursuit, y'all, so we can get back on this road heading to Concord, North Carolina. This is day one of our journey.
Before I sign on and put some more miles on this in the pursuit, let me tell you about this guy that I just met at the gas station. He said that he used to ride with the Kings of the South. But most importantly, he talked about all his adventures in Africa, South Africa. He said that he went to South Africa, rented a Harley Davidson, hooked up with one of the locals, and they basically rode around Africa to visit some amazing sights. He also talked about a gentleman by the name of Michael Baisden, who leads a tour where he invites several people to pay, of course, to join him on his trips to Africa. I'm about to look that up. I already have my passport. I just need to start using it. So now I got to go back and do a little research about tour groups that visit different countries. That's something else on my bucket list, y'all, to do a little more traveling. I've already started to venture outside of my comfort zone on this motorcycle. Back before I got Ruby, the longest I had ever been on a motorcycle was a day trip when I rode from Augusta, Georgia to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. But now here I am riding from Alexandria, Louisiana all the way to Concord, North Carolina. I rode all the way from Pineville, Louisiana all the way to El Paso, Texas. If you're watching this video and you ride a motorcycle, put it in the comments. Let me know the farthest you've ever rode on one trip. And that trip could have been one day or could have been multiple days. So I'm going to talk about a couple of lessons that I've learned so far. The first one is to make sure that everyone who has GPS on their bike program the route into their GPS. That way they will know where the planned exits are, and they should be able to adjust according to where the exits are. Number two, for those people who don't have GPSs on their bikes, they should at least review the route in the Word document that I sent out prior to us leaving. Prior to leaving, I sent out a Word document. The Word document had a link to the route. The Word document had a link to the route that we were following. And it also had the addresses of every stop that we're going to make. What I did was let everyone know on the Word document the number of the exit we be getting off of. So we need to make sure that everyone actually reviews the Word document prior to getting on the road. But the most important thing, and this is for me, for the next time I am the road captain on the ride, whenever I know, whenever I realize, the next one, the third one, is strictly for me as the road captain. When I know that we're about to come up on the exit, it is my responsibility to move over in time to allow everyone behind me enough space so that they can get over too. And that's what I didn't do at that last exit. I did not get over at least a mile before the exit so that everyone following me could follow suit and move over into that right lane and prepare to exit the highway. And the last thing I'm going to say on this subject is this. Either immediately before the ride or at one of our meetings before the ride, I need to go over the rules of the road to let people know what happened when someone's bike broke down, to let people know what are the procedures for when we get separated. All right, family. Look like there's a traffic jam up here somewhere, so all right, everybody. We just experienced one of those contingencies when you're riding with the group. Sometimes members of the group get separated and you have to come up with a plan to get the group back together. So we're back together now, the four of us, trying to get back on this road heading to Douglasville, Georgia. We got about 100 miles before our next stop. I don't know if y'all remember, but the last time I was on this road, we got soaking wet on our way to Tuscaloosa, Alabama. So this time it seems like even though we're in hurricane season, the weather's gonna cooperate. God's gonna smile on us all the way there. Let's hope it stays that way. Or let's pray that it stays that way. Hallelujah. After multiple attempts to stop at a rest stop that was designated in the route that I prepared, I guess the third time missed the charm. Because now we're about to go to this Lowe's that was actually a part of the route that I planned for this trip. I hope there's a restaurant attached to this Lowe's, or there's at least something in here that's vegetarian or vegan friendly that I can have to eat. All right, kinfolk, Fairweather Rider. There should be gas stop number 3, but it is number 3, but it's the first one that was actually designated on the route that I planned. Whole lot of things have gone differently than planned. We're, but anyway, we're making it happen, y'all. We're making it happen. We got about 150 miles before we get to the hotel. Our next destination or gas stop is about 0.2 miles from the hotel where we're staying tonight. Stay with us, family, as we embark on this journey. It's definitely going to be dark when we get there. But this is what we train for. So earlier on this trip, I started to talk about some of the things that I've learned or lessons that I've learned. Since this is my first journey as an official road captain or as a certified road captain. And the one thing that I did not talk about, and it applies again to me, is how to maneuver in traffic. When I think back on how we lost one of our members on I-20 as we were transitioning through Jackson, Mississippi, we went through somewhat of a traffic jam, and it was during that traffic jam that we got separated. Instead of following me onto the I-20 East, the soldier that got separated ended up going 55 north. That would have been heading toward Tennessee, family. And we want to go towards Georgia. So what I've learned from that incident is when we are in traffic, what I need to do is slow down and tighten up the formation. Slow down to make sure that everyone stays with me and everyone can see me, and tighten up the formation to make sure that there are no vehicles that are able to get between us and separate the group. This looks like a really big city. Downtown looks nice anyway. Unfortunately, I'm not sure where we are. Might have to look it up. But where to go, Alabama? There's some really nice here.
last time I was at a Buc-ee's, I didn't get a chance to get any footage of all the gas pumps. Look at all these gas pumps. Go all the way over there, all the way back, and go all the way down there. And you look down there, they also have some charging stations. There's got to be at least 100 pumps. And they probably have another section for you to get diesel. First time getting footage of the Buc-ee's. They're supposed to have 2 of these coming to Louisiana. Can't wait till they get there. One coming to Lafayette, Louisiana. The other coming to Monroe, Louisiana.
Use the right lane to take the I-20 East ramp, then merge onto I-20 East.
That 5-0 got somebody hemmed up. Had a whole lot of cars over there searching that.
Hey, what's up, family? Fairweather Rider. We finally made it to this hotel. I'm already checked in. I'm about to wheel my bags to my room. I'll take y'all along with me on this ride as I wheel my bags to the 5th floor. Come on, let's go. So as I kind of alluded to before, this ride right here was kind of challenging, family. We had a little bit of everything happen. So we definitely have a whole lot of lessons learned from this trip. And I talked about them a little bit as we were riding. The main thing is there are a whole lot of things that I need to do better if I'm going to continue to serve in this role as the road captain. As I said, you going up? Yes, sir. Or